The game of association football has had an illustrious past. Over the last 130 years, there's been untold progress, which we can trace now in the unofficial history of football.
Football's first ever team photograph is snapped for posterity.
Yes, with promising juniors, Peter Shilton and Peter Reid, among those pictured with that grand old stager, veteran John Walk.
Meantime, Alan Ball is making his league debut.
Come on, boy.
Oh, Mummy, Daddy, I don't like football.
That great character, Matt Busby, always had a cheerful word for spectators on match days. Hello there, I know you. Don't I? I'm a dentist.
And a cheerful word too for young Brian Brotson, back in his prime after his first cartilage operation.
Every young lad at school dreams of being a soccer star or perhaps a sports presenter, as young David Coleman of the lower fourth aspires to.
Remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
Little Desmond Lynam's desktop certainly reflects a pride in his appearance.
As for young Jimmy Hill, he's already showing leadership qualities, taking his classmates out on a strike in protest at maximum wage for milk monitors.
Brookie, come on, Venables minor.
It seems he's got his way too.
Yes, Hill, your request over milk monitors' wages has been accepted by the Board of Governors forthwith.
Thank you, sir. Oh, you're my hero, Jimmy.
What about young Dennis Wise? It seems there's another profession he'd like to attack if he ever grows up.
Taxi driver, sir.
Top of the form is still going strong. This week it's school swat Graham Kelly and captain of the netball team, Vincent Jones.
Now, Vinny, when Hitler was on the rampage, which way do you think he marched into Warsaw? Come on. Come on.
Down the A38.
Commentators, whose job was to identify which player was which, didn't have as much information in those days.
The captains of the Stripes and Plains are meeting the chap in black to toss the grout. And we're all ready for the off. It's Stripes kicking off. Plains. Man in black signaling to man with flag. Stripes. Jimmy Case, good cross.
With the advent of grandstand, filming matches for television is all the rage. It's a busy day and a tight schedule for everyone involved.
Get this film down to Boots for processing. They need it urgently for grandstand. 10-day service should do it.
Yeah, this way, increase you can. Boots is down there on the right. You'll have to step on it. It's already closing.
Right, something for the weekend, sir?
Well, so can you help process our film then, do you think?
Well, obviously, we'd like to help if we can, but we do have a priority. We promised Big Betty we'd have her royalty snaps ready by Monday. She went topless in Bridlington. Oh, I've seen the negatives.
Yeah?
Like a dead in a Zeppelin race, so obviously grandstand will have to wait.
Oh, well, never mind. I'll just have to go and tell Coleman, that's all. Another time then, perhaps, old chap.
All right, something for the weekend, sir?
So how did grandstand cope with no football?
Hello and a very good afternoon to you on this nail-biting, pulsating final day of the football season. Championships, promotions, relegations, all to be settled, but because of a minor technical hitch, Big Betty's holiday snaps to be precise, we have none of it. Hopefully, though, it won't affect your enjoyment. It certainly won't affect Frank Boffs. Frank, incidentally, who should have been here this afternoon, but sadly is still tied up in London. We had hoped also to interview the winning boat race team, but sadly, they're still soaking their cocks in the water. We do, though, have the news just in that the Crystal Palace chairman has got a new second-hand minibus for the Crystal Palace team. It sounds quite a good swap. Well, now let's see what we do have this afternoon. At 12:54, our fight of the week features a young, up-and-coming Frank Bruno. We're lucky enough to have the fight in its entirety. That's followed at 12:55 by extended highlights of the fight, plus any results we can lay our hands on. At 1:35, it's the first showing on British television since yesterday of High Noon. Followed at 1:55 by results of the gunfight in that film. Then at 2:20, in case you missed it earlier, we're lucky enough to have another showing of High Noon. At 2:40, it's the Bruno fight again. And at 2:41, results, and I'm sure you'll be thrilled by this, a real treat, it's High Noon. I'm certainly looking forward to that one. So a packed afternoon ahead, and I think you'll agree, something to suit everyone. Actually, I am just hearing, I think, a result. Yes, it's 1-1. Oh, that's smashing news. Now, we've got some highlights of that game, in fact. Let's join our commentators.
Yes, well, now it's getting a trifle foggy out there. It's certainly not easy for the players to see the lines or each other, for that matter. But Dougie, my expert summariser, is alongside me, a man of great knowledge and vision. I don't know whether you can see any better from your vantage point there, Dougie.
Nope.
So I'll just soldier on then, shall I?
Yeah.
Well, there's obviously been a goal. I can't quite make out by why or by whom, but no, wait, I think the mist is beginning to clear. Yes, I can see a couple of players, and he's bowled in.
Even when the grounds got really heavy, the players made light of the conditions.
A ball.
Oh, you on there, get the sub involved.
Go on. Wait.
Keep it, come on. Keep your hands above water, lads. Bobby's
Bobby.
there. Run with it, Bobby.
Bobby.
Run with it, son. Up and out, get
But then football, of course, is always a jolly game.
Howdy, ref.
Audio. Yes, it's a jolly scene, and all efforts are made to promote pre-match camaraderie between the players. Not that supporters are always on their best behaviour.
Go on, get out of here, you useless lumps! Go on, fatty! Go on, you're useless!
But crowd participation is always encouraged. At some grounds, fans even take the throw-ins. As usual, the Germans are first with their towels to claim the best spot at the training ground. No change there.
When it comes to skill, well, that's always at a premium, as can be seen from this chappie showing off his ball juggling prowess.
Penalty taking is a fascinating art too.
Oh, Pete, come on, Biff!
It's common practice for over-inquisitive reporters to ask players about their technique before taking the kick.
In the crowd are waiting, it's the last minute. You must be feeling pretty nervous, old chap.
Oh, yeah, I got a technique that's never let me down in 15 years, and I'm confident that I won't miss this kick, you know.
Well, we all wish you the jolly best of luck.
All right, thanks. Here goes.
Get over there! Oh,
Another exciting innovation is the all-action penalty shootout. Don't blink, you'll miss it.
1-0. 1-1. 2-1.
Now, here's a novel idea introduced by those canny chaps at the Arsenal. Time-wasting tactics.
Yeah, just run to the corner flag. That's it. Stand there, look for a friend in the crowd. Don't react to the referee's whistle. Stay there as long as you can, all right?
Helping players relax is always crucial too. Even at the top level, players will often wind down with a high-powered game of cards.
The card?
Snap.
Anyone got Mrs. Bun the baker?
Now then, chaps, if I could just have your attention. We've got some film from FIFA featuring our next referee. Here we have him getting changed
Looks
here
good, doesn't he?
prior
Looks
to
very,
his last
very
match.
good.
Now, he did the World Cup final last year, so he's obviously highly thought of, but don't be deceived. I must warn you, he's not as clever as he looks.
This is the first ever players' team coach, driving from Highbury to Young Trafford.
Who's driving today?
Tony Adams' granddad.
Blimey, hard hats and seatbelts, lads. We got that Blackburn lot next week, what won the title a couple of years ago in 1914. Their players ran a special bonus. They got nothing for winning that one, but 50 grand each for every man still playing the next time they win it. Shouldn't have too long to wait.
The most travelled supporter in the country is a chap named Bert, seen here setting off on a nationwide tour of all 92 league grounds.
Oh, it's going to be a most invigorating trip, this one. We're better to start than here in this hotbed of football, Bridgewater. If only Barcelona hadn't so selfishly rejected their offer of a ground sharing scheme, Lord knows the trophies Bridgewater might have won. Oh yes, be nice to see the old grounds again. Preston, Wolverhampton, Notts County, now there is an Oldham. General Custer, I recall, designed the main seating area there. Said it was his last stand, mind.
Woodborough to the football groupie, please have ready for inspection the student rail card, and if at any stage you find your journey getting tedious, please let us know by waving out of the window.
packed crowds present no security problems, potential troublemakers and miscreants are quickly apprehended by a vigilant police force.
Any description of this bloke who's got in without a ticket, Sarge?
Oh, yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to spot. Apparently, he's wearing a hat.
Well, that should help, Sarge. Anything else?
Yeah, he's got a collar and tie on, and he's smoking a fag.
Security is always tight on match days.
Take one of these medical certificates. You won't get in without it. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about. We're just going to put you in front of the X-ray machine. Right, just switch on and make sure you've got no offensive weapons concealed about your person. Now then. That seems to be okay. You're all clear, sir.
Once across the moat, the ever-friendly stewards are on hand to point you towards the correct turnstile. But woe betide anyone who turns up without a ticket.
Hey, I'm just having my pub roll.
Despite strict codes of conduct, football is still plagued by the occasional scandal or two.
Right, Gigi?
I just wondering about our payments for these foreign players. Are we being paid in guilders or krona?
No, London, I think.
Shady deals are going on all the time in the murky world of football transfers. This manager on the train didn't even know that he'd done a deal. As for the novelty of football agents, they seemingly are sprouting up absolutely everywhere.
Oh, Shady, it's Klaus Inge Ventroffenoffen here, mate, from Lowestoft. Yeah, I've got some more Scandinavian footballers for you if you're interested.
Oh, yeah, I'm interested if it's a job lot. I mean, how many have you got?
Well, how many do you want? I mean, we got them from all over Scandinavia. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, Brisbane, you name it.
Right, all sounds okay, but, I mean, have any of them played football before, Klaus?
Hey? What? Check it. Does it matter? I mean, I know one or two of the English managers have mentioned about the last lot, not being available Saturdays, but we did point out to the Scandies this was often the day they might be needed, but, what with shopping and sightseeing and things, it wasn't always convenient for them.
As for outstanding football records, well, of course, there's been many down the years. One of them belonging to this man. Hello, Dixie Dean, Everton's legendary centre-forward. Mind you, modest old Dixie is never one to blow his own trumpet. You wouldn't guess going into his bar that he was once a former England international.
27, 28, 29. There we are. Great.
Hello there, Dixie, old chap. Good to see you. How's it going? Tell me, Dixie. Well, what are all these caps on your bar here? Yes,
Caps?
those.
What caps? No, never seen them before in my life.
No?
No,
So,
never seen them, mate.
tell me, what about swapping my hat
Hey,
for one of those
I don't know.
caps of yours there?
Not likely, mate. I played 29 times with England.
Yes.
That was...
And so one of Dixie's incredible record of 60 goals in a season. It's likely to stand for a long time, although of course Arsenal's John Jensen came close to beating it, agonisingly just 59 short. Time now for an interlude and a bite to eat. Here comes Pavarotti's lunch. He's guest of honour today. Yes, this poor chap has to serve the entire crowd.
Oh, who's got the mustard?
Pass the mustard.
The FA Cup, of course, is always the showpiece of the season, with the final at Wembley.
This is the king.
Hello, Mr. King, and this is...
Gazza fit.
Then, of course, there's always the excitement of the draw.
We're going straight over to the headquarters of the FA at Lancaster Gate for the draw.
Just give the balls a good shake. Oh, they're heavy, aren't they? Right, then. The draw for the Challenge Cup final is number 1, Arsenal.
Oh, I thought they'd come up sooner or later.
Arsenal. We'll play. We'll play.
Wait for
There we go. Number 2.
Arsenal?
That concludes the draw for the Challenge Cup final.
And already those knowledgeable chappies, the bookmakers, are making Arsenal the red-hot favourites.
And after Arsenal had won the cup, their supporters held a massive celebration. Everyone was there.
Yeah, well then, Mabel, might as well shut the door. Doesn't look as though anyone else is coming. Oh dear, what a day. I must say you played very well, Mabel. You deserve the match ball for your hat-trick. That's it. Put your boots away. And here's your little prize for doing it. A replica potato, rosette and a cannon. What more could you want? Don't expect a birthday present now, though. Anyway, cheers, Mabel.
Meanwhile, Bert, on his nationwide tour, had arrived in Nottingham after hitching a lift.
Well, you haven't seen that last fag I had, have you? It's down somewhere. Park there down by Mr. Clough, sir.
The proudest moment for Bert and every football fan was the day England won the World Cup. The newspapers had a field day.
Yes, all over the country, every household was tuned in to that enthralling World Cup final.
It's all over, I think. No. Come on, Marshall, Bobby boy! Oh, lovely
And
ball!
here comes Hurst. He's got some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over.
And there we interrupt this programme to bring you a film High Noon. Football fans can tune in to an unbiased commentary from Radio Baghdad, from whom we understand Germany have just scored to take a 3-goal lead.
He's World Cup Willie, we all love him too. World Cup Willie, he's tough as a lion and never will give up. That's why Willie...
Come on now, lads, we can beat Cambridge.
The World Cup, of course, was a major success. Players from all over the world converging on England for the greatest soccer tournament ever staged. Famous names everywhere you looked.
1 shredded wheat, 2 shredded wheat, 3 shredded.
As for the trophy itself, well, that seemed to be in good hands.
So, can we trust you to look after this then, Constable?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm going to put it straight in my fridge before it melts.
Righto.
But before England won the World Cup, they managed to lose it.
Well, where's it gone then?
Don't know.
It was there last night. I washed my socks in it.
World Cup's gone missing.
You'll just print this up, will you? World Cup's gone missing. You just write me
Oh,
something
yeah, but
poignantly cryptic, will you?
No stone was left unturned in a desperate hunt for the missing trophy. All over the country, from Land's End to John O'Groats, everyone was on the case. Every nook and cranny opened up as the search intensified. The general public, too, were only too willing to lend a hand.
Hello, is that the hotline? Yes, look, I think I might have what you're looking for.
All right, madam, I shall take the details and we'll get someone over to you right away. Another part of the sighting here, George. Worth looking into, I think, this one. All right. Calling all World Cup calls. Calling all World Cup calls. Anyone available to respond immediately? We have an urgent call to attend to.
Another World Cup sighting, is it?
Yeah, sounds very interesting, this one.
All right, well, I'll check it out then. By the way, that call you had claiming to be Pele was a hoax. I twigged it as soon as I saw her. Good afternoon, madam. I believe you might have what we're looking for under your bonnet.
Yes, I've been using it as a fan belt. I thought if they're that desperate, why not give them my woolly cap?
World Cup, madam.
Now, really rather sad to hear that the World Cup has gone missing. It spoils what has otherwise been a perfect day for me. I've just been accepted as one of Lloyd's names. I bought a wonderful new pension off this young broker in the city called Maxwell, and to cap it all, I put all my life savings into an account at Barings Bank.
More sightings of the World Cup, meantime, are flooding in.
Yeah, what's this latest batch in from South America? You know, loads of them here. Some bloke called Lucky Luke, and is it reckons he's been fishing with the World Cup in Paraguay. Probably nothing, but we better check it anyway. Eagle-eyed football stewards were on red alert as the hunters stepped up.
The World Cup's been seen in Barking.
It's been cleaned in Barnsley.
Turned green in Barnstable.
It's been paid in Barchester.
Been slept in Barbados.
It's turned septic in Baden-Baden.
Been replaced by Barbarians.
The FA Council are on barbiturates.
But all efforts to trace the trophy were without reward, until at last a breakthrough from an unlikely source, Pickles. The Golden World Cup retriever sniffed out the cup while on a stroll in the park, and the man attached to it was seen by Pickles' owner.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the World Cup, like, yeah. Yeah, I knew it was a World Cup looking like.
Well, we do now have an accurate picture of this man. He smokes a pipe, has a definite limp, but so far, unfortunately, nobody seems to have seen hide nor hair of him.
No sign of panic, though, among the FA organising committee as they sit down to a high-level think tank with a player spokesman.
Well, basically, you lot are 57 deaf old farts, and that is the problem.
You say what I thought you did you? It says we're having 57 beef tarts for supper, and that'll be lovely, won't
Look,
it?
if we can't have a World Cup, as Wembley's booked anyway, let's have a donkey derby, if Alf doesn't mind.
Well, most certainly it is a setback, of course, for the England team, not only for us, also for the others, the Uruguayans, the Belgians, and the Moroccans, or whatever they're called, and of course for Portugal.
To Alf's great relief, the World Cup was found, and England, of course, went on to win it. But as it later transpired, the trophy was in fact only a replica. The real World Cup finally surfaced many years later, found in the one place no one dreamed of looking, Fulham's trophy room.
Bert's tour around the country had now covered 314 miles, but there was a slight hiccup with his taxi driver.
You sure this is Swindon, cabby?
Swindon? I thought you said Sweden.
314 was also a significant number for an anxious Jimmy Greaves. He was about to take his driving test for the 314th time. He had to sell his furniture and his trophies to pay for it.
Would you hurry up, please, Mr. Greaves? We're late.
All right.
And with you, I'm very anxious to avoid the rush hour, see?
You and me both, mate.
Well, I hope you're going to do better this time.
Oh, well, that's right. Well, I mean, for a start, I'm going to sit in the front. That should help, shouldn't it? Well, that's right.
All right, well, Mr. Greaves, once we're out of the drive, mind that milk float.
Right, what milk float? Oh, that one, right. Bye, kids.
Will you take your handbag off, please, Mr. Greaves?
Yeah, sorry, mate, I'm a bit nervous.
So are the local police.
Yeah, we have reason to believe that the football player Jimmy Greaves is taking yet another driving test. Now, obviously, he is a dangerous traffic hazard, and unless your journey is absolutely necessary, we do advise all citizens, whether motorists or pedestrians, to stay indoors.
He's definitely left home, Sarge. Yeah, he's heading this way. He's been doing a 3-point turn in the shopping centre. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's, so I think they said. Only it's just Spencer's now.
Quick, come on, kids, look out.
Come off the road! Get off the road! Greaves is coming! Get off the road!
Would you mind putting that pipe down, Mr. Greaves?
Right, oh, yeah. You all right in the back there,
Hey,
Sam?
kill me crazy.
Right.
Mr. Greaves, when I tap the dashboard, I want you to do an emergency stop, eh? Not yet!
Oh, sorry about that, mate. I got him last week, a couple of his mates as well.
Right, now,
You
turn
all right,
right
mate?
here, Mr. Greaves, would you?
Hey.
I said right!
Yeah, right. I love this bit here, and this is good now. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, Saint. Here we go. Here we go. Lovely jubbly. Wow. Well, you know, I failed again, but, you know, I think I got a little closer this time. All right, yeah.
Well done, Greavesy.
All right, morning.
How'd you get on, Greavesy?
Well done, Greaves.
Well, Saturday I failed, didn't I, you know? That's right, off we go. Oh,
How many
dear.
cars do you manage to avoid today, Jimmy?
Well, was it just the one? Yeah, that's right. I better go in. Old Coleman will be waiting to see me now, I suppose.
Remarkable. I understand you're switching to another mode of transport, Jimmy.
Well, that's
Yes?
right. I mean, it does get a bit disheartening, to be honest, to, you know, keep failing. So I do intend going to matches now, as you can see, on roller skates. All right.
Remarkable.
Bert's next stop should have been Old Trafford.
Was that Bert?
Now, am I still on the M6 or is this the M62 turn-off?
I'm sure that sign said Torquay FC up here. Is that it?
One of the most necessary innovations in the modern game was the pools panel, introduced to combat postponements by persistent bad weather.
So we're all agreed then. 8 score draws, which means our syndicate has won the jackpot again.
Let's hope it keeps snowing.
Well, it did keep snowing in the 60s, and at last, well, it had to happen. The first ever sacking of a manager for a pools panel defeat. A young and eager David Coleman was dispatched to the scene.
Right, be diplomatic, David. Be diplomatic and break it gently to him. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, you're sacked.
Oh, really?
Yes, one pools panel defeat too many, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, it's a bit of a blow, David, but these things do happen. I'll just have to wish the
Yeah,
club
I'm
the
over
very
here.
best of luck without me.
Actually, you do seem to be taking this rather well, I have to say.
Well, you know, stiff upper lip.
How are you going to cope now with losing your job so suddenly as this?
I'll just have to keep myself occupied. This afternoon, for instance, I'm going to see High Noon with Jane Russell and Gary Cooper.
Lucky old him, I had to go with Frank Boff and Tony Gubbo. Right, let's sort out this tyrant chairman. Out of the way, you two, I want to speak to him. Right, now you're the chairman. Tell us about this sacking of the manager for a pools panel defeat.
Well, he had to go.
Why did he have to go? You haven't even played a game, for heaven's sake.
Well, Desmond, this is our third successive polls panel defeat. And now the crowd have turned against him. Letters, phone calls, verbal abuse. I mean, what turned us all against him, the final straw, was he even made us qualify for the Intertoto Cup.
From yesterday's man to the stars of tomorrow, schools of excellence grew up all over the country.
Well, that's
that's right, Saint. This one, of course, is the old Wimbledon School of Excellence. And now we've got the Dave Besant School. Very popular, a lot of successful graduates.
Oh, no. Oh, no, ref. He interfered with me, ref. Interfered.
Well, that's right.
And here's the Bobby Charlton School of Excellence. I mean, this young lad's been there 3 weeks. His football's not improved, but he has lost his hair. And that's good old Nobby Styles, Greavesy.
That's right, you remember the old false teeth, and these chaps were able to do this after only a couple of days with Nobby.
That's right. Of course, kissograms are all the rage now, Greavesy.
Oh, that's right. This lucky policewoman got a claphogram.
All right, young man.
And here's the Ian Writerogram, very popular at Highbury.
Oh, that's right. And of course, very popular at Tottenham, my own personal favourite, the Gazagram. Never been quite the same Gaza as he since he borrowed that nasal spray off Maradona.
Here at Highbury, Greavesy, I mean, they show the match on that big screen now.
That's right, they do. Oh no, not another goal. Listen, pass me that phone. It's George here. George Graham. Listen, look. I want to make a change.
Oh, you want to make a substitution, boss?
No, I want to change the screen. The crowd are getting very restless. Look, stay there, Stuart. I'm coming down to sort it out with you.
This is dreadful. It is. Dreadful. It's abysmal.
Well, there's no entertainment at all, is there, you know?
Martin, bung the film on.
It's time.
Come on, that's better. Now that is good.
Oh, I've seen this one, boss. He dies in the end.
It was only a matter of time before the crowd were given remote control handsets to move the players.
I got Strack in the air. That's it.
Have a go with him.
Oh, right, he's going to shoot. Left, but right. Oh, no! I've done it again.
Unlucky there, Gordon.
Yeah, get that bloke who dumped his right from his left.
Right, and this is walking, is it walking?
Yeah.
I got him, left, up, down, up.
I got that Andy Pearce. I promised him I'd make him score a goal today. I think he might have meant the other end, though.
Greetings, free kickers, not off time. Welcome to the top 5 in the Managers Dance Charts. We're going to have a look at all those managers who've not been picked by you, but chosen by me. All right, not off. At number 5, it's the Franz Beckenbauer Bop. All right, Franz. Number 4, it's the Stevie Koppel Hop and Flick. At number 3, Alan Smith. He's celebrating. He's heard his chairman's resign. And at number 2, it's Alex Ferguson and Brian Kidd with their new song, I'm Forever Blowing Doubles. Still, at number 1, it's David Pleat and the Mad Hatter's Tea Dance. All right, okay, back to you, Monty.
In an attempt to keep the game clean, hygiene was always a priority.
What is that smell? Hey! That is absolutely revolting. Hey, you! Are you responsible for this, young man?
Yes, he is, boss. He refuses to have a shower. Said he had a couple last year and that should be enough.
Get him in the shower now. Hey! And I'm not joking.
Come on in, the water's lovely.
I can't have a shower.
Oh, yes, you can.
I can't. My neighbour says I should protect my modesty.
Who is your neighbour?
Erica Rowe.
Referees were also keen to promote the clean-up campaign.
I've just seen Les Ferdinand drop some litter.
Aye, I saw him scoffing sweets by the corner flag earlier. Oh, you Ferdinand, off! I'm sending you off for dropping sweetie dappers in Keep Britain Tidywick. I'm sorry.
A chuckle, ref.
Yeah, come on, Les. What with Greenpeace, saving Wales, losing Scotland, we've all got to help the environment. Wimbledon are. They're staying indoors this week.
Referees were not always whiter than white, especially when they had something in their half-time cup of tea.
You Spurs! I'm having such a wonderful time. I'm giving 3 penalties from nothing at all. And my favourite bit, headed in that goal when everyone thought I'd blown for offside.
Well, the assessor's given you 0 out of 10.
What does he know? He gave the corner flag 7.
So, Letizia then with the free kick for Southampton. Well, an arm's gone up, and it's a penalty. Yes, the referee has blown for the penalty, despite those Norwich protests. And Brian Gunn very reluctant to go back to his goal line. And if he's not careful, they'll take this kick, and they have done. And Southampton have scored.
Another thing that changed the game was the introduction of substitutes. When they could get on, that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the incoming substitute for the national team of Ireland, that plucky little outfit assembled by Jimmy Chalkin, perhaps substituting for Roy Houston, will be John Aldridge. Before John takes the field, though, a few words from me about John and his career in soccer, courtesy of our sponsors, Beatty Chunks Dog Food, the best breakfast a man can get. As a pupil of Toxteeth Junior High in Liverpool, home of the Fab Four, John spent his vacations not only making tea cakes, but also his own dresses. A big music fan.
How do you know about that? Who told you about the dresses?
And Dick a Dum Dum by Des O'Connor. His favourite exotic food is cheese and onion crisps.
Cheese and pickle.
Born John Shirley Lucifer Eldridge in the year 1947.
Nobody knows about
John
that.
is a reformed bedwetter from just 2 years ago.
Three.
He has 15 brothers and sisters, a pet aardvark called Spooky, names his favourite soccer team with the youngsters Leicester City, his top coach is Terry Venables, and his best player, Geza Gascoigne. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing the number 9 shirt for the national team of Ireland, will you welcome John Aldridge?
Thanks for your help. Cheers.
Good luck now, John. You're here. We're all rooting for you. All the folks back home, and our sponsors, Beatty Chunks Dog Food, the best breakfast a man can get. Well, unfortunately, John, there goes the final whistle.
I didn't know that you make your own dresses.
Yeah, don't get much time nowadays.
I also like Des O'Connor.
Oh, they're great, aren't they? Listen, if you want, I'll give you one of my albums for your shirt.
Well, I said to him, what a load of old
Hey, steady, we're live here.
Got this microphone? Is it? Oh, gold. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what is now my last night at Wembley. And before I bring you the team changes, I've got urgent news what has just reached me from the Regal Cinema in Sheffield. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond their control, they've had to postpone the afternoon matinee tomorrow of Bambi. However, the good news, they are instead showing that ever-popular Western, High Noon.
May I offer you all a warm welcome to this, the first in a series of nationwide lectures entitled Football the Beautiful Game by Dave Bassett and Carlton Palmer. To avoid crowd congestion, would you please remain seated throughout the lecture, which is likely to last anything up to 1.5 minutes.
Football has always had its characters. This chap here was the first ever Sports Personality of the Year, awarded for charisma and sparkling persona. He's explaining about his haircut, which was the rage at the time.
Did you choose that haircut?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And it's certainly suitable for a bubbly personality like yourself.
Well, as you can see, Mr. Gubber, I have deliberately grown it long, and I'm often mistaken for the music person Alice Cooper.
Oh, Alice Cooper, the pop star?
Yes.
And the secret of your effervescent personality?
Wild nights, riotous living in a flat with Duncan Ferguson.
Well, that's it then. Thanks for coming in, and our hearty thanks for that. Next week, 16-year-old Borstal reject Gary Lineker.
Another great character to influence the game was Jack Charlton. He used to get annoyed when decisions went against him.
Oh, it's a penalty! That's a penalty!
Stand the crowd. It's a penalty. What's up with him?
Right, I'll get him. Oh, I got him.
Why do we get him?
And don't come back.
Ron Atkinson had his own way of giving his half-time team talk.
If we can win this game, gonna win it my way, 'cause I'm dropping you, Dwight York, Dwight York.
Ron knew his days were numbered when he took his seat for the next home game.
Celia, who gave me this seat behind the pillar? Hey? Who's chairman? Chairman. He's having a laugh, isn't he?
Somebody asked me if we'd sacked 35 managers since the war, and I said, did he mean the Gulf War or the Falklands? Which did he mean? But, I think my policy with regard to managers is well reflected on the scoreboard at Main Road. I think, in all honesty, that says it all.
Well, obviously, you know, because I must say, you know, different class, obviously, you know, but obviously because that's obvious.
What about Kenny Dalglish as a manager, Peter?
Well, obviously, you know, I remember when I was at Liverpool because I was sitting in the dressing room, you know, and Kenny walked in and I said, "Boss, where's Rushy? Where's Rushy?" He said he's gone for a cortisone injection. I said, "Oh, does that mean I'm getting a new car as well then?"
Stand by, studio. Working interview in 2 minutes, please.
Has he got his earpiece in yet, Trevor?
No, he's still fiddling with it. Says he keeps getting Virgin Radio breaking through or something.
180!
Is that the darts we got on the monitor?
No, I think it's that Japanese rugby team losing again. I saw that David Icke in the canteen.
Did you?
Yeah, says he's making a comeback to do football with Jimmy Hill. They've told him if you really are the son of God, presumably, David, you don't mind working with him. You wouldn't think, actually, looking at Trevor there, that he was once a footballer, would you?
Was he?
Oh, yes, I saw him once as a substitute on the touchline at West Ham. Spent most of his match sitting on the fence. Most of his life, actually, come to think of it.
Get old Bricky. Bye-bye, Bricky.
Studio here. Could somebody put the thermometer back on John's coat, please? Look, I know you can't speak because of the cold, but could you memorise your first line for me, John?
It's the first time since 1924 that a 6-foot blonde-haired Scotsman with 2 R's in his surname has scored at Wembley with his left foot on the 3rd Tuesday in October. But I could be mistaken, of course. It's at the studio, at last. I've been in the commentary box since 9:15 this morning. Anyone know if the game's going ahead tonight? Who called it off last night?
Oh, well, of course, I do now have my own radio show, Red Hot Soccer Chat. Listeners' chance to phone in about any issue of a footballing nature. What happens, basically, is that for about an hour and a half, there's some red hot soccer chat, top-notch opinions, fascinating, highly intelligent views, and observations. And then if there's any time left at the end, well, I might allow one of the callers to get a couple of words in as well, you see.
Well, I keep hearing people say, should we have a European referendum? And I say, why not? Because the ones we have over here send you off for nothing at all. But I'm doing my best to control myself out on the field, you know, and keep out of trouble. And I feel if I can do that, I can just get through the first 4 or 5 seconds of a game, which surely, you know, even I can do.
What, it's my man, I'm having him. Gotcha.
Right, Jones, come here.
Sorry, Ref.
No, I'm sorry, Jones, you are in trouble.
Sorry, Ref.
Come here.
Referee!
Come on, that is a booking. What for? A late tackle, that's what for.
I got there as quick as I could.
Colson Jones. Name? So, Terry, your England team for Wembley.
Well, as you know, I've given it a great deal of thought, you know, and I've actually covered 2 club games, which may sound a lot, but one of them was on teletext.
Well, here's your team, Terry. 1 or 2 Tottenham names there.
Yeah, 1 or 2, yeah.
People might wonder, in fact, why you've chosen 11 Tottenham players.
Well, you can only have 11 players in a football team.
And no Matt Le Tissier.
No Frenchman.
Well, some people might point out that Jurgen Klinsmann isn't English either. Tough question, this, for you, Terry.
Well, that's just their opinion, and they're entitled to that. But, I mean, I am the England coach, and my word is final. Although I do admit I hadn't realised the number 11 there, Ronnie Rosenthal, was, in fact, an Israeli. So I had to replace him with another Englishman, Ilya Dumitrescu.
Not these views aren't new to us, of course, Terry. You were always a strong Tottenham supporter, even as a schoolboy, when I remember you were asked what career you would choose if you couldn't be a programme seller at White Hart Lane.
Oh, I have no idea. It's all I can do.
Which schools were you thrown out of?
Lymington in Dagenham, Lymington Secondary School.
Well, you're a bit of a whiz kid. Where did you make your first $5 million, Terry?
Last summer.
If you were the England manager choosing a squad of 16, how many Tottenham players would you choose, actually?
16.
And could you be England manager one day?
Yes.
But just the one day?
Yes.
Well, also with me now is the new television pundit, Jimmy Hill. So, Jimmy, what about this chap Pelé?
Well, in my opinion, and that's one that I respect, and I think we all should, I thought Pelé was a liability. 1,000 goals, yes, but ask yourselves, what else did he do?
One of the problems supporters have these days is keeping pace with all these shirt changes, especially at Manchester United.
Well, we're in blue to start with, and then who knows, mate? I've no idea.
Now we've been
playing now, 4 minutes and still no sign of a shirt change. But wait, I think Alex Ferguson is now contemplating a change.
Get the blue off! Green! Well done, Giggsy. That's a nice change, son. Well done there, Giggsy. Eric! Not the red, son! No!
Change it!
Pass the shot there. Pass him down. I don't believe it. He's got the red on. We never went up to the second half. That's good, Brucey. The black one. Well done.
What colour are we? I never know nowadays. Not a clue.
Well done, Robbo. Well done. The white looked... Not that blue, though, Brian. It's not even in the shops yet.
Hey, ref, what is going on? I've got green and yellow there, red there, down there, blue over there. I ain't got a clue, have I?
Keep your shirt on me, Uzi.
Well, then look, I'm changing again, see?
Come on, you yellow,
Uzi, get the red on!
Get the red on.
That's the last one I do, see?
No, blue. Oh, sorry, ref. No, blue.
Mark the blues, greens, red, get all of them.
I've got the club shop on the phone, Alex. They want to do a count on the number of shirt changes we've made so far. Is it 4 or 5? 5. And you want some more? Yeah. Well, look, we've got the number 12, the Coco Chanel. No. Or the number 1, the new blue and white job. You'll have the number 1. Right, OK. Yeah, looks all right, that one, doesn't it?
So, a record number of shirt changes. Next up, next week's vital trip to Paris in the European fashion sales.
The introduction of squad numbers confused a few people, but not PFA chief Gordon Taylor.
Well, we've actually done it purely and simply to highlight a certain aspect in a player's game. In the case of Brian Robson, that's the number of injuries in a season, and Robbo's also got his own private sponsor. In the case of Vinny, the 0 reflects the number of successful passes to a teammate in a game, and Vinny did his own spelling.
Football managers are always under pressure. They never know how long they're going to last in the job. This is Mike Walker arriving for his first day at Everton.
Yeah, Mike, it's the chairman here. Look, the board feel you've had enough time to improve results, mate. It's nearly half an hour since we appointed you, so you'll have to go, I'm afraid. All right. Sorry about that.
Unlucky, Mike. Unlucky, son. Hey,
You never won a game for us, mate. Try, good riddance. Try that.
It was useless.
Ta-da.
It's a Norwich bus.
Well, that might be a problem.
This was a distraught Bobby Robson during a pre-match kickabout in the 1990 World Cup.
Come on, Gaza! Come on! Harder, Taco! Come on, harder! You can do better! That's better, Gaza! Yes!
And what about Brian Clough?
Hey, I want to work with him. Hey, you in the green jumper, yeah. I'm having your baby.
As for Graham Taylor, you never knew what mood he would be in.
Eh? How do you want me to be, eh? How you want me to be sad? I shall be sad. You want me to be happy? I shall be happy. You want me to relax? I shall relax. You want me to pick a team? I shall fucking struggle, right?
So come on then, Ossie. Tell us about your relationship with Alan Sugar.
Yes, well, he said to me that I have to throw a dice for my future, and if I get a number between 1 and 5, I am fired. And I say, what if I get a 6? He say, you get another throw.
Players feel the pressure too.
We've just heard the news today that Eric Cantona is in another spot of trouble. Trevor Brooking, our reporter, is at the scene, and Jimmy Hill here with me in the studio to discuss it. So, Trevor, what's happening up there at Shea Cantona?
Well, I mean, I think, Eric has got himself in a spot of bother. He got a bit upset, I think, when his wife asked him to do the washing up, and I mean, it wasn't his turn, but I think Eric took exception. I think he began beating the wall.
Do we know where he is now?
Well, he seems to be in the greenhouse where his wife keeps priceless Victorian windows. I mean, frankly, it's a bit of a storm in a teacup.
Oh, he's normally so placid, isn't he? After the very house proud, yes.
No, it's there's a couple of FA councillors going in there. No, what Eric was shouting was when a cuckoo follows a London bus, it's because he thinks a plate of herrings might be thrown into a cesspit. And, you know, he does have a point there, I think.
But he's not doing woodwork for his community service.
Meantime, Bert is making steady progress on his tour of Football League grounds. Eager autograph hunters await his arrival at Arsenal's ground at Highbury.
Great to see Bert. I'm looking forward to it, smashing, yeah. Make some room, will you, down there? I'm going to land in a moment.
Oh, hold on, you can't park there. That space is reserved for the chairman's below. Go on, clear off, you'll have to go. Go on. By the way, Bert, did you get a warm welcome at Chelsea?
Oh, yeah, caviar, champagne, seat in the director's box.
You're taking the mickey.
You started it.
Television has always followed sporting history, even tying in with cinema classics of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Night presents Geriatric Park.
Based on Steven Spielberg's blockbuster movie Jurassic Park, this film also depicts weird goings-on in a hidden jungle. This is the strange tale of Geriatric Park, where prehistoric sportsmen roam free in the vast forbidden forest of outer nowhere, as scientists try to recreate a superhuman footballer, a new Tony Cascarino.
Out in the jungle, there's the square Parsosaurus Ray Wilkins, the baldy Osaurus Willie Thorne, the man time forgot Alan Cork, the beardy Osaurus, and Lester Piggott, the taxman Neversaurus. As in Jurassic Park, the concept was simple.
Just what we're going to do is to take the scrapings of the DNA of the famous sportsman and mix it all up to produce a superstar, a little bit of Linford Christie.
It's quite a big bit, actually.
Some charisma, drop of Nigel Mansell, and some stamina, Frank Bruno. And, it's the job lot of Ipswich Town rejects.
Everything was going to plan until somebody inadvertently mixed up the test tubes.
Oh no! What have you done? You've created a monster!
Oh, hey, that's the furthest I've ever jumped that, you know.
Also popular on television, the manager's dugout challenge.
Your starter, can you pronounce Tottenham?
Spurs are dealers.
No.
How was he? No.
Fingers on buzzers, Man United QPR.
We'll get this one. Yeah, go on, we'll get it.
Oi, ref, he's got that Rojace Thesaurus on the bench.
What's he talking about? Ryan Giggs is our substitute.
Television was never far from Graham Taylor's side during his reign as England manager. He also had various schemes to help him pick the England team.
Yeah. Hey, you're going to like this one, lads.
Right, now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's bingo is a special game. We are selecting the next England team to play Grenada on Wednesday. 90 players, 90 numbers, no Letizia, of course. The first full house will be not only the winner, but also his or her card will be the actual England lineup for next Wednesday. So, eyes down, let's have the first number. In goal, it's 4 and 2, number 42, David Platt.
Graham Elizabeth Taylor, stand still. This is the Almighty.
Oh, not David Icke again.
For your sins, Graham, we are sending you to Coventry.
Well, I'm not like that.
All right, Wolverhampton then.
By the way, guessing the content of my England lineups has been accepted as an A-level subject for GCE examination. The closest so far is Laurie, with 2. Oh, I remember this night when the Dutch got that late penalty. I'll make that 1.5 minutes to go, Laurie.
Aye. Yeah, I've checked it out, boss. Time confirmed. 88 minutes and 29 seconds. That's it.
If he scores from this, I've won the Guess the Time of the Last Goal prize. Yes! I get 50 quid for this.
Would the winner of the Guess the Time of the Last Goal prize, Mr. G. Taylor, please make himself known to a steward and collect his winnings from Mickey Thomas.
Oh, well done, Graham. I'm so pleased for you.
You know, I don't normally win anything at all.
Aye, but 2 other tickets. Guess the date of England's next away win and the year of Swindon's.
But finally, what of Bert, our intrepid football traveller? Well, he never quite made it to Wembley, but he certainly came close. But as we complete our look back at the unofficial history of football, we can report back thanks to the vast knowledge he built up on his nationwide tour. He did make it to Mastermind.
May we have our next contender, please? Bert, you scored 25 in the last round answering questions on High Noon. Your new chosen subject is football clubs managed by Tommy Docherty between March and April 1975. You have 2 minutes to name them, starting from now.
Right, let me see now. That's Chelsea, Queen's Park Rangers, Aston Villa, Sydney Olympic in the morning, Preston in the afternoon, Manchester United, Liverpool. Oh no, he lied about that one. Queen's Park Rangers again, Wolves, Wagga Wagga, fell out with the chief but ran off with the witch doctor's wife, Derby, Preston, Rotherham, still on the way up, Altrincham, Queen's Park Rangers again, Wormwood Scrubs, that was his longest stay, the Isle of Wight Sabutio team, and, oh yes, finally, back to rock bottom, Scotland.